Thanks for tuning in to another Twin Talk, guys. This week, episode 3 of FZ07 build. We're going to get this sweet, shiny new Hindle exhaust installed, so we're going to jump right on in. Look at what all came in the package. Sweet stainless steel header, mid-pipe, O2 bung in there, some springs. Not sure how many we're going to need because some of these might be for the replacement mufflers we got. I don't think so though, actually. A little bolt, an adapter, depending on some bikes must have a different thread pitch O2 sensor if you have a running an aftermarket system. Or I'm not really exactly sure why, but we'll see if we're going to need this or not. Spring puller and the exhaust bracket. So it's really nice that they include all the springs, obviously, but they include a nice spring puller. So that way you're able to get the job done. Instructions, feel more power. Installation instructions for your Yamaha MT07 09. Oh, yep, there it is. Nothing that we're not going to tell you. Oh, so here, yep. Stock, you need that adapter. Aftermarket, it's going to require no adapter. So it looks like we're going to install that so that ours is going to end up looking like that. But anywho, we're going to remove our old exhaust system here, guys. Remove the rear set. So we need to remove this rear set and the stock header system. And then we're going to install. So let's get going. Looks like we're going to need a 6mm Allen wrench for those. And then I believe the headers are, yep, I believe those are 12mm. So we're going to crank those guys off first, and then we'll do the rear set. We're going to take these 12mm out first. Down there, there's 4 of them. Alright, so we got the flange bolts removed. Now we're going to move on over. Take that O2 sensor out. That looks like 17. 17. O2 sensor removed. Took that up out of the way for now. Look what else we got. So yeah, the mounts now are going to be behind the rear set. So that's why we got to take that off. Rear set, so get that removed. Out of the way, what are we working with now? For the exhaust to come off, it looks like right there. That big, what is that, like a 14? Looks like there's an exhaust mount, the exact same on this side. There's a 12mm. Let's see if I can't get in there and show you guys better. I'm gonna go in for the swivelly divil approach. See if I can't get this socket on there first. It's being, there we go. Socket's on. All right. As you see what I'm doing with my foot, I have my foot just underneath the exhaust, taking pressure off of it, so that it helps the bolt back out nice and easy. This system, I mean, that's anything when you're a bolt stuck. You don't want weight, gravity, holding stuff down on threads. So get your foot underneath there, put a block of wood if you can't, if you're not flexible. I understand sometimes it's hard, you can't reach it, whatever, but just try and take some of that pressure off of that bolt. I feel like I only got like a thread left here. It's just hanging by a thread. Oh yeah, come on. Come on, Betsy. There it goes. Bolts out, and literally I can feel the exhaust just like fell on my foot, so I'm pretty sure once we go over there, that's gonna like come off. So I just used the swivel with a slew of extensions to make it easier to ratchet it, but basically just this swivel was all I needed to get in there, get around the back of the rear. Oop, there it goes. Oops, save those guys. These have to go back in. Copper washers, very important. Moved. There it is. Throw that minty guy on eBay. I'm gonna go. Appears to be about 18 pounds. So 18 pounds, give or take, on the stock exhaust. Looks like Hindle weighing in at 8 pounds. This is how these are gonna go on the bike. So what you do is you actually pop these out, bolt them to the bike first, and then put the header on after. So just give these guys a little, it's hard to do everything one-handed here. A little wiggly diggle. See, slides right out. Piece of cake. Right, so very important, you guys, don't forget to add this gold washer. You could replace it if yours looked bad. This bike wasn't ridden a ton, falling down to do it, but just kind of wiggle it. As you can see, the gasket's in there. See, it's nice and flat against the surface, and we're gonna put our nuts on. Not over tight, probably about 12 to 15 foot-pounds on each of these bolts, not overly tight at all. Got that side done. The springs pulled. Here we go, we'll do this side. Hook it. Hook and release. Just like that. I'll give you this guy. It's a little adapter. I'm going to put a wrench on there with a rag and try and just snug it a little bit with the pliers. Gotta snug this down so we don't forget. Snug down that O2 sensor. And now mount the silencer, and we are in it. Because this bracket bolts in like this, then once the exhaust is slid on, you'll see it's gonna bolt in like that. So pop out those two 8mm Allens, and then this exhaust is pretty much almost on here. A little stiff, guys, from the factory, because they do have red Loctite. However, didn't need to use any heat or anything crazy. Just know that that is why they're coming out a little stiffer, is because they do have Loctite from the factory, as you can see. A little Loctite. Not really sure what that bolt does from factory, but nothing in it anymore, so. Remember, guys, always even Steven when tightening. A little bit, a little bit. There it is. Springs are installed. Last step, final step. Get the clamp on. Get the clamp so that it's nice and solid, and then Lucky 13 on the back. Oh yeah. So adjust it now that we got it on there. Kind of wiggle it into place if you would. Now we're gonna crank this thing down and that's it. It's installed, baby. We'll go through and double check all our bolts, reinstall this rear set, good to go. So yeah, gonna snug everything up and fire it up for you guys. Important part. Let's see what she sounds like. Goodness. That's rowdy. Now, what I'm going to do is cycle the key a couple times, make sure the computer's reset, and let the bike run for, I don't know, 5 minutes, just idling on the stand, guys, just reading the new airflow out the exhaust through the O2 sensor so that the bike can make the proper changes to the fuel map, etc. on its own. So we're just gonna leave this thing idle for 5 to 10 minutes. Just let it idle, do its thing, and it'll reprogram itself to an extent that'll be a good running bike until we get it tuned